Hi there from Malta. How is everything going there with your English? As promised last time, we're going to do a little review of some phrasal verbs with the verb get. And to make it easy for you, we're starting with prepositions in alphabetical order. So today we're going to look at phrasal verbs with the prepositions starting with the letter A. Let's see how many of them you know. First of all, let's get started. Let's get cracking. Like crack an egg, we say cracking. Let's get cracking. Let's get started. The first one we're going to do is get across. Now, across has an idea of going from one area to another. So we say get across in the sense move from one side of the street to the other. I can't get across. I can't move from this side to this side. But we also use it in the sense of a transmission of an idea. It could be something that I'm thinking about in my mind and I'm trying to put it into your mind. I'm trying to get my idea across. I'm trying to make you understand. Am I getting across? Do you understand what I'm saying or I'm thinking? Let's move on to the next one, which is along. Along normally means something like going along a distance. So it could be going along the street, going up or down a street, but it also means that we are progressing. So think about your English. We want to go from beginner level to advanced level. We've got a journey going along a path. So I'll say, how are you getting along? How are you progressing? I can say that in the sense, how are you? How are you doing? How are you getting along? Or I could also say, how is your English? How are you getting along? How are you progressing? And we very often say, along with. Get along with. That has nothing to do with going on a journey, but it's something that we say when we have a good relationship with somebody. I get on very well with my sister, or I get along very well with my sister. That means my sister and I have a good relationship. Who do you get along with best? Who do you have your best relationship with? We'll move on to the next one, which is get ahead. Ahead, A-H-E-A-D, has the idea of in front. So if you're getting ahead, you're actually moving in the right direction. So you may be driving in a traffic jam, it's a bit blocked, and it's very difficult for you to get ahead, to move in front. And if you put the preposition of after ahead, that gives us get ahead of, which will be move in advance of somebody. So there were many people in the queue for the post office and 2 people left in front of me. So I could get ahead of those 2 people. I jumped 2 places forward. And we can also use it if you're thinking of ranking. So who is top of the class, who is second? And if you move from 4th place in your class because you've been making lots of progress, then you can get ahead of a few people. You can move in front of them in that way too. Now let's look at get around. Around is an idea of circulation. So we use that for movement, we use that for circulation, as I just said. We can also use it for travel. I get around the city on foot normally because I don't like using public transport. That means I move around in that sense. And we can also say for somebody who travels and goes on holiday very often, you can say, wow, you really get around, don't you? You really move. Now let's move on to at, to get at. That has the meaning of criticism. Very often when we put the preposition at after a verb, it can mean aggression or something nasty. So when you shout at somebody, you're angry at them. And when we say, I'm getting at you, it means I'm criticizing you, or you are always getting at me. You're always criticizing me. You're shouting and saying bad things about me. Another use of get at is when you want to say mean. I don't really understand what you want to say. I don't really understand what you mean. What are you getting at? Or you could say, what I'm trying to tell you is this. What I'm getting at is this. This is what I want to say. This is what I want to get at. And now finally, let's get with the get away. Get away. Away is distance. Some kind of evasion. So literally, you could say that the robbers got away from the house in a big black car. They escaped. They moved away very quickly. And if we put the particle with after get away, we have get away with. Now this means not to suffer the consequences of something bad that we've done. So you could use those robbers as an example. They stole things from the house and the police never caught them. So stealing the things from the house was very bad. And the robbers were not found, they were not punished. So we could say that the robbers got away with stealing the objects from the house. Well, that's all for now. Can't learn too many phrasal verbs at the same time, but those are the most useful expressions of get with prepositions that we use in everyday language, with prepositions starting with the verb a. Watch this space for more information, and of course on our main page on Facebook at Expert English Language Training, you'll find this and a lot more information. We hope you get back to us and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care and keep going strong. Bye-bye.